Hello.
Hello, Mark.
Hello, Hafiz. Hi,
Hello.
Otty.
Hi.
Are you in Jakarta or
We are in the Jatiwangi.
Jatiwangi? Wow, that's nice. How are you? How are you?
Good.
Good, good.
How are you?
Good. Thank you for having a time with us.
Yes, thank you.
Are we waiting for Pigkan?
Yes.
Okay.
Baru ya.
It's already open, the trienal?
It will be open on the 11th of October.
Oh, wow. Very busy. Sorry for
Oh, okay.
taking
You
your
know,
time.
His time in Jakarta is it's a easy.
Thank you. We want to maybe just quickly introduce each other. I think Mayumi wants.
Hello, Hafiz. It's first time for me to meet you. Otty, we met in Lexington. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And this is Gerome.
Hello.
Gerome.
Yeah, thank you for taking a time with us. So this is a research project of Load Na Dito, and we are Load Na Dito. And Load Na Dito is an artistic and research project based in Quezon City. And basically, the three of us, but we also work with other individuals and practitioners. And yeah, while maybe waiting for Pigkan, we can quickly maybe introduce Load Na Dito, and we don't have a space, but we work in the idea of mobile, so nomadic. And Load Na Dito means loading, like loading cell phone credit, so something like that. So we got the idea from that. Maybe Mayumi can add some.
Yeah, so since 2016, we've been making projects. And we are not so focused on exhibition making, but more about creating a space where people can hang out and also discuss things. So it's more of a social space that we are trying to create. And during COVID, I think the situation in Indonesia is a bit looser, but here in the Philippines, it's quite strict. So,
Yes.
and also the COVID case is very high. And of course, the hospitals, medical environment is not, it's going out of capacity. So we try not to go out, and the schools are still closed. Kids are not allowed to go out since last year, March. So, and we have a son, and he can't go out. So we stay here with him. So mostly our project is online, like this. But try to reconnect with our friends. Yeah, we miss the physical gathering a lot. Gerome, we know.
Where are you now? Mayumi and Mark, where you're in the same place now or different?
Yeah, we're in the same place, just here. There.
Very. I'll show you.
Okay.
Cannot see.
Yeah. Because we are together.
And Gerome is in the beach.
Gerome, where are you?
In the beach.
In the beach.
In Manila.
And how far is Jatiwangi from Jakarta?
By car is 2.5 hours.
Okay, not that far, no?
No.
Yeah,
That's nice.
You never been here, no?
No, I haven't been. We want to visit maybe next time if everything is okay now. Can you?
This is this triennial is actually the first time, and it's like try and error. The first, it's not really imagine that it we make like a triennale, but Arif and friends from Jatiwangi said that maybe we should make it before Jatiwangi. They have also every 3 years a big event. It's called soil years. Yeah, every 3 years they make like a big festival, and then so since this year they're trying to figure out to make more conceptual, let's say, to
Wow.
to push the government about
Mm.
the idea of terracotta city, something like that.
Mm.
So that's why we introduced this first triennale. Yeah, we hope it will be continue next time. We don't know.
Yeah, I like the how you also say trial and error. Sounds like terracotta and triennale.
Yeah.
Trial and triennale. Yeah. So we will also just a little bit also about background of this research project. This will be a two parts. So the interview and this online interview, and it will be uploaded in Koganecho. Koganecho is a initiative also in Yokohama, and they are also basically working with the city of Yokohama City as an art platform. Maybe Mayumi can talk about it. And the second part is the roundtable that we will have on November. So we will convene all the participants of this interview.
Yeah.
And Pigkan will start.
Ah. Kamera Mbak.
Gue lagi jalan.
Wow, walking.
Wow.
Hello.
I'm at school.
Oh,
So, yeah. Hi, Mark.
hi Pigkan. How are you?
How are you? Hi, Otty and Hafiz.
And this is Mayumi and Gerome.
Hello, Pigkan.
Hello.
Hi, Mayumi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Jalan.
Yeah. I'll find a place to sit. I just came back from my class. Yeah. So.
Okay. Don't hurry.
Yeah.
Santai kayak di Indonesia.
So just to give you some background of the Koganecho that Mark mentioned, that's a project in Yokohama, and that's actually where I used to work that's where actually I met Mark and decided to get together with him. So it's like special place for us.
Koganecho, Mark.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And that's a little area in Yokohama. And there used to be, I don't know, the history is quite complicated in the neighborhood. And there are a lot of problems inside this project as well of gentrification. But as Lord Nadito, we still try to get connected with the project because we believe it's important what they started. This relationship should be maintained even after I left and Mark is no longer there. But we try to use the platform so that we can also benefit, not just them benefiting from the artists in Southeast Asia. So so for this time, it's also online residency, but they invited us to do research. And we proposed to them because we are also running lots of art spaces and groups, but we never really discussed about the end of these programs, right? It just kind of dies down or it continues for a long time. So through this research, we wanted to ask questions of life, of initiatives and collectives. So yeah, that's why we thought your initiative is a perfect one for us to interview. And that's the reason why we also wanted to interview not one representative from the initiative, but 3 or more, so that we can also hear the voices from different perspectives and also learn the dynamics. Because collective is not just run by one person. That's why it's collective. And yeah, we wanted to see how these voices and different personalities work together to maintain the life of the initiative and also the advocacy.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe as a start, we can invite Hafiz, Otty, and Pigkan to introduce yourself and what is your role in your initiative. I know Forum Lenteng has many projects and shifting roles as you are been doing it for many years. And yeah, just introduction, brief introduction for our viewers also.
Okay, let's start with me. My name is Hafiz Rancajale. I'm an artist. I'm a filmmaker, and yeah, I'm doing curating things. So I'm an initiate Forum Lenteng with Otty together. We are working together since we are have a relationship, and then we working together. First, we make a film together, and then we also doing some project artwork together, and then when we start Forum Lenteng, it's actually it's a discussion group. We initiated it at our home. We invite students during the time in 2003 to have discussion about film, about art, and about media and whatever, because we have in our house we have a little bit some collection of films during the times, and then we put it on televisions, play it, and we have a discussions. So yeah, it's a start of formatting, and then it's become grown because some students become a little bit intense, talking about film, intense talking about media and also art. So it goes different directions. That's why when Mark said we have a different many programs, it's because of what participant needs. Actually, it's not the idea from me or from Otty. It's more like it's really diverse how they decided to develop this initiative. So that's my role.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Otty, and beside what Hafiz said, in Forum Lenteng, I'm more as a I'm running the class in there. So because in Forum Lenteng we have like kind of informal classes talking about film, media, and social, and also art, fine art, and also performance art. And me myself doing more in writings, and also I'm working for myself as an artist. I'm a painter and also make films, and yeah, many kind of also performance. And also we have after 10 years after we found Forum Lenteng, we start to initiate the film festival Archipel And in this in this festival, I work as the head of the selectors. So I select. So I also watch your film, Mark.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's more what I'm doing. And here in this triennale, they invited me as one of the artists, and in here I work more both in journalistic field and also art. So I always combine it. That's from me.
Thank you. I want to hear what you think about my film later. Pigkan.
Yeah, hello. I'm Pigkan Polla. I'm actually I start to learn in Forum Lenteng since 2016. I was a volunteer at Archipel Film Festival before, but then in Forum Lenteng they have like I thought that after I follow the festival, yeah, this is interesting and I want to learn more. So that's why I joined the research project together with Otty in the same year. And from there I started to find my interest in performance art. So like in 2017 I started join 69 Performance Club or Performance Art ID, and I've been managing the platform since then. Um, for the last 5 years, I'm a performance artist, but now I'm back to school, so now I'm a student. But before school, my last work was together with Makassar Piano to curate, because this time they want like young curator to curate the Biennale. So yeah, that's my role.
Thank you. It's nice to be student again.
What are you studying, Pigkan?
I'm studying performance art, but I know that Otty been saying like Fermentang is like an informal space for you to study, but I realized that I learned so much more. Like it's like the same. I think it's higher level than school for me personally. But yeah.
That's great. Thank you, Pigkan. I think that what you said can lead us to the first question that we wanted to ask. So the question is about how you position your initiative in a local art scene and also a larger art world. So could you reflect on the scene also that you are part of? So anyone can start.
Yeah. I'm a quite in 90s. I'm really pure artist, like making paintings, exhibitions, and also it's like my generation is come from two different situations, political situations. My generation is come from like dictatorship, Suharto regimes situation, and then after reformation, after democracy, and then being an artist during the 90s is like a hero. It's like against the military regime or something like that. It's become like something like you want to become as a young person to against this dictatorship. And then after the reformations after 1998, uh, it's like it changed something like you don't have a big enemy anymore. It's like you don't have like military regime that and what role you will play in these situations. So that's why we being a friends together with other artists and activists, it become like new things for us to 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 become like let's say we call it collective now, to initiate something together. What we think about to see what we want to produce to a sparing partner to push the idea in the arts, in the contemporary arts. So since 2000s, since I found Ruang Rupa together with friends in Jakarta, yeah, mostly I work as a facilitator. I'm not an artist. As like become like organizing friends, organizing events, and also doing research together with friends. So for me, it's new things, new thing. Not really focus on myself in the art scenes. It's more like to build the ecosystem, our own ecosystem for the art and for the young artists during the times. So that's why also when we in 2003, me and Otty also initiate to start Forum Lenteng also in the same situation. Also, we want to start new ecosystems of sharing knowledge or knowledge productions through film, video, and media. It's more like it's not only about personal interest. It's more like how to be part, being together with friends in Jakarta, and also with the young generation, to give an access to present themselves in the society, in the art scene, something like that. Kamu?
Could you add to that, Otty? Can we also hear from you?
Kamu di seni rupa.
Yeah. When we started Forum Lenteng in 2003, we gathered together because we have the same passion to films. And then, in Indonesian film at the time, after like in the like late 80s, we become very and died also. And then because of the distribution monopoly of the one company who only distribute Hollywood films, so there's no Indonesian apa sih penonton? Yeah, so film
Audience.
Yeah, audience. There's no audience for Indonesian film. So after Reformation in 1998, so many film communities start to move, like start to produce a film by using the video, because also the rapid there's so many video camera device, and also cheap, then people can buy it. But we criticize the situation of the Indonesian film at the time, who only focus on the production. There's no it's like knowledge of the film in Indonesia. So in Forum Lenteng, we start this organization by as a study group. So we learn about what film is, and not only focus on the production. So that's the beginning of everything in Forum Lenteng. And also the class after after that is talking about the basic idea of film. So that's why we also talking about the media and also art. And what I'm doing is like learning together and also teaching. So for me, it's the important thing in our organization is that the classes, because whenever I teach, so I also learn something from from younger people, because in Forum Lenteng since 2003 until now, we always have younger and younger participants.
Oh, that's great.
Like now we have the member who same age as my son. Yeah.
Your extended children. Something like that.
But also they are your teachers. I like the kind of relationship, you know, like you teach, you are also a student. So it's
Always.
yeah, that's great.
So we can also ask Pigkan as a student, like a student of Forum Lenteng before, and I'm interested how this cycle of teaching is being produced or being practiced or facilitated in Forum Lenteng, but not only about Forum Lenteng, but in different projects also that you work with, like the 69 Performance Club, which is more into performance.
Yeah. If I can add more, my background was not from art school. Like before, I studied economy, but then I know that from high school, let's say I want to be an artist, but all I know is artist is just like some people exhibition their work in gallery. But then in Forum Lenteng, they really like our process is really about learning. Like for instance, I don't know anything about performance, but they teach you, but not really teach. We more like a sharing, share a knowledge about performance, and from there we expect that everybody know this like a same perception of performance, which is something that you also get from school, but it's funny because it's an informal space. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, is there so many noises or?
No, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm jealous because I wish there's like a informal class like Forum Lenteng here in the Philippines about film and video art. So I will ask the next question. How does Forum Lenteng help the arts to function?
You know that this Forum Lenteng is not we not identify our collective as an art collective. This is only like alternative school using
Study
media like study groups, using many kind of tools to talk socio-politic engagement. What problematic in Indonesia. So this is not only about arts. It's only about it's also about
Hafiz,
I think
you
the
froze.
internet. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a problem with the internet. But
Yeah,
can you repeat your question again?
So
Maybe I can feel a little.
Yes. How does Forum Lenteng help function the arts function? How does
Function.
yes.
Like Hafiz said,
Hmm.
education, alternative pedagogy, education is one of the how do you say, like the value that we carry most, because like in the history of Forum Lenteng, let's say it's their nature is to learn. So like if they're like they said that there is a screening at their house, we will talk about it, we will talk about what is film, but in a view of learning, not only to produce but also learning. Also when we produce something like film or performance or exhibition, our goal is to to learn something from it, because we know that we will not just stop to produce, but also we want to analyze and or maybe give critics to the artwork that we see or that we show or whatever. So we don't want just to stop at producing, but we want learn more from that. Yeah, so that's why it's not only artists in Forum Lenteng, but there is also writer, researcher, curator. I think yeah, it's kind of mixed up, and most of us is really we were not coming from art school. Like you can count like how many art student was in Forum Lenteng. Yeah. Is Otty and Hafiz back? Yeah.
No, not yet. But I hope they can come back.
Yeah, because the nature of learning is just really I personally feel the impact of it.
Hmm.
As I said before, when we don't know anything about performance art. Let's take that, because that's what I've been doing. When we produce, it's like we're learning by doing. I don't know performance, but I do it, and then from there, what can I learn from? Yeah, what can I learn from there? Or when you do a research in art, you probably make mistakes, but you learn from there. Like there's something maybe we shouldn't follow like the academic method or something like that, because we know that art is more speculative, but we also come from the social phenomenon, the political issues or something happen in your community, in your or in your society. So that's kind of let's say exercise that we do, but truly in real life. Not in classroom, but like in real life. So you're like your world is
Right.
your classroom.
So
Yeah.
it's like life, school of life.
Yeah, more or less.
I'm also interested about the choice of how you develop the discussion using media. So media and film, which is more circulated. It's easily to be transported to different mediums also. Like it can be transported in the internet, in the houses, in the cell phones. And this kind of use of medium to discuss social political issues using this media like videos, films, and also maybe body in the context of performance, which is also public. So how is it important for Forum Lenteng, this kind of like medium, not like only the traditional art that you want to discuss?
Yeah, we thought that like Otty said, when after Reformation, we kind of have this a freedom of using the media that we have to like that back then. But then during that time, many people then produce without like look what they produce and relearn of what they do. But that's why Forum Lenteng, like I said before, media is important for us, but we want to learn what's in the medium of like video, what's in the medium of film, because we only know when it comes to us, like we copying what, I don't know, since the colonial era, the camera brought by the Dutch, and then we just see them use it. We don't know how it works, like to the detail. That kind of mentality also came like in, let's say, in my generation. We know how to make film, but we don't know how to make a good film that know every detail of the medium that we use. I think
Yeah.
yeah, like in painting, you know, there is a big difference between using oil pastel and oil painting and or watercolor. It's, yeah, that's kind of mentality that Forum Lenteng wants to rise.
Mhm.
Just we just don't want to just use the video film only, but we want to, like, how do you say it, like, no, like actually I don't know what's the word in English, but yeah, like, you know deeply about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, like in the perspective from my generation, I'm a millennials. um it's different with Hafiz and Otty. They were experiencing the authoritarian regime, while in my time everything is free. Like, you can say anything, or you can do anything. But then we have the feeling that we couldn't select. Like, we just do everything, but we couldn't select or frame. Like, when you use the camera, uh, we just like record everything, but we don't, like, do the framing thing. That's the mentality that the difference between my generation in Formentec and Hafiz and Otty. We really learn how to frame, how to select, yeah, in so that we don't just talk about everything, but we know what's important to talk. We don't just talk about like ourselves, but we talk about, let's say, the society.
Oh no,
Something
Otty
like
is
that.
gonna din.
I don't know if that answer you. I just
Sure, yeah.
Oh,
Yes, it does. I'm also curious to know how this cross-generational teaching system functions. No, what do you think is the key to this successful, I don't know, like both and reciprocal educational system that Forum Lenteng has managed to establish?
yeah, we working kind of not hard, but we also have the same question, like how. But then we know that there is like a gap in generation. Hello.
Hello? Yes.
Yeah, there is a big gap in generation. Like Otty said, the oldest was before half his age, and now, oh sorry, I have to move inside because
Sure.
it's raining. Yeah, and now we have the participant that same age as Otty and Hafiz child, but it's the relationship is more like family. That's why maybe the word collective is sometimes too big to describe fermenting, or I don't know, like some, yeah, like Hafiz prefer not to use collective, but I often talk with Otty, and she thought that fermenting is like a family. It was managed by people in generations, so it's like our family. So, and family often have like miscommunication, but we always work it out. But I don't know. I think that's just the nature being in a yeah, in a family. I think so. But I don't know. Maybe yeah, Hafiz is back.
Yeah, they're back. Yeah, Hafiz and Otty, we're talking about how you continue this kind of like relationship with the younger generation and your generation, because Pigkan also talk about the gap, how to maybe fill in that gap to continue. Because I also like how Pigkan talk about family instead of collective, because family is you continue, the relationship continue even though it's I mean, yeah, the continuation of family is interesting because in the Philippine context, I think we have the same, like a family as an insurance, something like that, rather than getting an insurance policy, something like that. So I want to hear some of your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We are sorry for internet connections.
No problem.
So yes, naturally, Forum Lenteng has become like a big family. Yes, Pigkan, well, like Pigkan said, but in a way, even that it's a become family. It's one thing I always said to friends. It's about relation being friendship. It's more like equal. Uh, in the context of Indonesia, being family sometimes it's become even like it's in the positive way. We can see it's a insurance, like Mark said, like but in the way also like in family sometimes keeping a gap between this old generation and another generations. But for me, I sometimes really prefer that it's building the friendship being among the participant, because being a friend, it's more like you are uh, uh, being part of the problem of your friends. That's really important. So I think it's more like what we have in the context of in the Southeast Asia society. Friendship it's more like the last barrier that we can make a survive, because yeah, maybe in context of Indonesia we have praise like gotong royong, like working together, and it's I think it's more like a Southeast Asia a way of life, being helping each other without any hoping something that you can return. But being collective together, it's more like sharing energy to your friends. Like you can get another energy from your friends. Like it's more like what what m- what we see now. Like for my experience, more than 20 years uh, to see the collective in Indonesia. I think all the collective who survive, like Ruang Rupa, Forum Lenteng, like this collective jobs also. It's also the same way of being together, being friends, being helping your friend. It's more like uh, another approaching to produce something with like in the Western perspective, maybe it's more like professional way of productions. But in the collective in Indonesia, it's more like about professional. It's more like what you can contribute to your friends, to your collective. It's more like that. It's not only about. Of course, it's being professional is very important, but being together is more important, I think.
Can we also hear from Otty your thoughts about this friendship? Maybe I would like to ask, what are the keys to maintain good friendship?
Yeah. You cannot say it's easy, also it's not so hard, just like how we make a friendship. Like if you you know how Southeast Asian people, it's just like everything is casual and relaxed, so everybody can be friends. So I think it's just the same, but also maybe it's only me. The organization is always need motherhood. I think so. Yeah. Like maybe mother always keep everyone together, or like yeah, like that. I think maybe it's so simple for me.
That's something I actually wanted to ask you, and also maybe Pigkan, because you also mentioned before we started to talk about family. Friendship. You mentioned this idea of family. And when we think of family, it's also gendered, right? There is father, there is mother, there is kid. And I wonder, when we try to imagine Forum Lenteng as a family, do you think this kind of gender difference of the roles apply, or is it go beyond that?
It's beyond that, because I don't think it's in the gender perspective, because if there's in this collective there's only men there, they also need the concept of motherhood, because I see some collective that I know, they only have, because their activity only interest by boys or men, but they can survive because there's a concept of motherhood, I think so. But it's not talking about the father, mother, or the kids, not only like that,
right?
It's just a concept.
Right. Would you like to add anything, Pigkan?
No, I agree with Otty actually. Like, yeah, the concept of motherhood that bring or provide or keep everybody together. That's the most important thing. Like, yeah, I agree with her.
It's interesting because you talk about Hafiz talk about being energized by the individual person in the initiative or collective, and it's also about motherhood, maybe about nurturing, like you get this nurture from anyone, and it's kind of concept of motherhood, so you get energized or nurture from each one of your participants, not anymore as not anymore as a collective, but as individual participants giving each other nurture. So I like the concept of that. And yeah. And it's also nice that you talk Pigkan earlier talk about idea of too much production, and there's not much of the discussion, and that's why you talk about you initiate the Forum Lenteng. And during this pandemic, maybe the production goes down, right? The idea of making and producing lessen. So what do you think, or how do you imagine now to the future of this idea of producing and also presenting, and also you are also curating, so like exhibition making? So how do you imagine the future of this context of And exhibition is also knowledge sharing. So
Yeah. Yeah, of course, this pandemic, it's really really hits everything, no? Yeah, like yeah, it's also a reflect, to give a reflection to us how these situations, this society can survive. So what we always said in Forum Lenteng during starting pandemic, it's how we can always thinking about being a human, always thinking and making something with these situations. And then this pandemic also uh, push us to create new perspective of exhibitions. During the times, during the, like last year, we make a lot of exhibition online. It's not online, like it's not only about uh, pushing documentation online. It's more like how it's this digital culture changed, because we are now pushed by the pandemic, become like digital culture. Even like we don't uh, prepare ourselves as a culture of a digital era. But you have to do that, because there is no way to to do something without push yourself to think about this culture now. But of course, during the last 3 of months, like the pandemic become like going down, and then we think about this many kind of exhibitions like this time for Triennale, and also ICAT. Uh, Before we also think about this, the exhibition in online platform. But yeah, when we talk about art, it's it's always about how the physical relation with the audience. No, the because the pose and the stimulate aesthetically. It's really physical. It's not only uh, about the to see the form on the screen, but the existing also important. So of course there is some rule and protocol we have to do with the exhibitions, and it's like this Terracotta Triennale, and also the ICAT. Also we like in the case of ICAT, we invite also one consultant to do what with the rule of this pandemic protocols. And then I don't know what happened next in the next 5 years. Of course, there will be big change in the exhibitions and on also the art scene after this pandemic. We don't know yet, but because all the art scene, even the curator and artist, it's like me, also always thinking about the physical relation with the artwork and the space. It's really very difficult to change this culture, no, the physical culture. No, but maybe in the next 3 or 5 years, we found new relations, how it works with this distance exhibitions, something like that. Because what I saw during this last year, many exhibition online, it's only like you see the online, like you see the Google art, the Google, like you see something, like you see only artwork documentations online. It's not, we cannot get any other experience without only image on the screens. So I think we will, in the next step, we will found it, I hope. But I think like right now, until like this year, until next year, maybe we don't know how it works. Like any exhibitions like Biennale, Triennale, Documenta, whatever, they still thinking about physical existing artworks. But yeah, maybe yeah, we will found.
Thank you, Hafiz. Maybe Otty, I'm also interested about the future of maybe the pedagogy or education, because Forum Lenteng is really focusing on knowledge sharing as and like, for example, here in Philippines, the school are still online, not physical. So and in the last few months or last year, most of the schools are also online. So I'm wondering if you have some idea in the future, something like that.
Yeah, for me, but hey, we can see how Pigkan walk in the corridor of campus without wearing a mask. So I think,
Yes.
and human in the world experience this kind of pandemic many times, and humans survived that. I think also humans still, until now, humans still loves trees, loves the physical things. Although why we move, or like there's a transformation into the screen cultures, because we create it, because the technology always developed by human. But this pandemic also give us a warning that the physical existence is important. So I think I'm very optimistic about that kind of thing, because of we experience it many times. But I don't know, because everybody now also getting used with the screen culture. But for example, in Jakarta, some people is already the kids already going to school like for 3 days, for a week, like my son. But everything also become easy by the screen culture. For example, my son, he's an autistic kid, so he love not going to school, so he really like it to do it in screen. But he also like to swimming and playing outside.
Thank you, Otty. Yeah, we'd like to hear Pigkan, because as you said, you are millennial, so I'm sure you're already born with the internet. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's somehow makes life easier, but also it's the biggest distraction we have. Like there was some period in Forum Lenteng that we have to practice to do everything manually. Like Otty always give an example of in her life that she always take a notes, and from then I always take a notes everywhere. um, and everybody in my class were like, "Oh, you're still taking notes?" I was like, "Yeah." So that's the important part, because yeah, I said it's a big distraction, but we just have to like know how to select it, know how to, like I said before, what can you do with that, not just like receive everything. You have to select, you have to yeah. And yeah, because the problem of my generation is we have too much. They give us like a lot, but we couldn't pick up like which one. So that's why I really learned how to select, how to frame. Yeah, I think, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We are talking about future. So can we ask this last question of how do you imagine the future of your initiative means Forum Lenteng? If you can share your imagination about the future of your initiative.
It's very hard questions. Um, yeah, we always think about what next in the Forum Lenteng, because all the platform, all the initiate inside of Forum Lenteng, it's like educational platform actually. Even we make a festival, exhibition, workshop, research, and everything. It's like educational practice. How you share, how you digging method of sharing knowledge, or build knowledge productions. So we never think about the formatting is become like big initiative or big institutions. It's keep small. It's better, because we always thinking about the the personal approach, the personal relations. Like I said about the context of relationship, like a friendship. It's very important to survive, to make us survive this collective. If it become a bigger or become like big institutional, it's more like maybe if this energy is we will lost. So if you asking me what next after this, or what in the future for Lenteng, it's I think it keep staying small, and then keep staying we have intimate relations with the participants. And also maybe it's maybe another other generation, the next generation, they will found new method of education or alternative education in Formenteng. I don't know yet, but since last year we have permanent space in Jakarta. We have a space now, and we don't need to move anymore. And then we hope it's for, because we have now the studio, we have a space for screening and also class. And then we will found a new way of how these organizations organize with and it keep intimate among the participants. So like 15 years ago, we think about to set up official school, something like that. But now we don't think about this anymore, because maybe keeping informal is more like keeping this energy staying in Forum Lenteng.
You also need my answer.
Please.
Yes.
So it's not easy for me to answer that question about the future, because I'm a person who lives like in the present.
Wow.
Yeah, of course, because I don't know in the future. But after 18 years of Forum Lenteng, we build a house, and we produce hundreds of films. We have to produce also thousands of writings, and we produce also books. So I think let's the next generation to decide it, what they have to do with that we consider as a knowledge. I think that's
Wow.
So I think the microphone is now passed to Pigkan, to the next generation.
That's the next generation. Well, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, pandemic make us have like push us to go back inside, go back to our domestic space, and maybe not producing something, but what I learned for like for the whole pandemic, I think almost 2 years, is that some people in Forum Lenteng like reflecting back of what they've done, like make a like they re watch or they see again like what was my work here, and then and then what can I learn from that. They some of friends informant and like analyze it so that we or they can find a new discourse for the future work, like, or can like um, yeah, something like that. So as I said, we just I think we are like forever learner. We always learn and learn, because from there you I don't know that from there you can survive, or yeah, that's why we keep learning.
Great, thank you for the inspirational ideas. I think it's very generous, and also, the talking about intimacy, we tend to forget that when we talk about initiative or art, especially. So it was a very kind reminder that you guys shared with us. So, Jerome, would you like to ask questions or just maybe share? Yeah.
I'm very interested with the openness of Forum Lenteng, because like Pongkan, I think even though she's not from the art, she felt welcome, and also like they said there's a young member now, student now of Forum Lenteng. So I'm interested like how does Forum Lenteng manage to create and sustain a very welcoming space.
Can you repeat the question, Jerome? The last
Like,
question.
how does Forum Lenteng create and sustain a welcoming space for people outside the arts or young people?
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, of course. The one issue is it's about sustainability of these organizations.
Mm.
Yeah, like I said before, that keeping your friends together, it's one the big asset, big capital for this organization, because uh, uh, the trust from the friends, it's more big uh, potential for your sustainability. The second one also, of course, is it's come from the projects. Like maybe Pigkan said about we have many art project, and also media project together. Uh, it's more like it's a strategic way of survive, actually. From this project we can get income, not big, it's small income for our safe, and also keep running the other programs. Uh, we trying to get the support from the government, local government, or from Jakarta government, also national government. It's not really big money or big support, but they can support for like a space, and also some production for books, and it's not really big, but it helps. But mostly like supporting for foreign landing, it's more from the participant, actually. It's like the cost, the biggest cost for running the project and the organization is it's human resource, and then all the participants uh, uh, because it's the method of these organizations like voluntary working together. Some person in Forum Lenteng also get annual get paid, but monthly, but really small. It's only for tram stations, but all we always make a open budget, open income, money comes from where, and everybody members in Forum Lenteng know each other. So it's keeping our our organization is very open about the how it goes to organize one project, another projects. It's like festival and doing your research, how big money you get from outside, from the members, like something like that. So for us, the biggest contribution of this for the organization being to be survive is come from the members, because when they produced something, and also being part of the one project together with friends, like it's for us, it's already contribute the big contribute, because you don't need uh, bigger cost to pay for it, because they know it's become like you helping your friends. Yeah, of course sometimes we think about uh, how all this the participants survive uh, in life, because we the economic issue is how it survive in economical. uh, all the members, all the participant in Forum Lenteng, it's they can get money from other job or projects from outside, and then uh, 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 ban it to the participant to get another job, but the very important for maintain is loyalty for this collective, that you are part of this organization, and you have already learned something together here. You get something from your friend. So the question is what you can give to your friend back. Maybe your energy, your whatever words. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's really nice. And who want, maybe someone wants to share for our, I think, last minute of discussion.
Yeah, if I may add, like I like the idea of you produce not just for yourself, but like to keep the organization, the group, collective sustain, and that's why, like, I know that is some like issue of productivity, non-productivity in today's discourse, but somehow I somehow for me personally, I feel like I couldn't relate to that, because if I produce, then it's a benefit for the organization and myself too, and of course my friends too. So it's just like coming from, you know, the deep relationship of friendship. Yeah, something like that.
Thank you, Pigkan. And yeah, thank you very much, Hafiz, Otty, and Pigkan.
Yeah.
I think
Thank you, Mark.
we learn a lot from this discussion.
Yes.
And you become our teachers today. And this, Yuji, you want to say hi? Hello, Yuji. Hello. Yeah.
Hi.
Yes, I think upstairs. Sorry. He's asking about where is the cat. So yeah, so yeah, thank you very much again for your time.
You're
Very
welcome, Mark.
generous.
Thank you to invite us.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
we will have a part 2 of this discussion, but it will be now with other participants.
Other
Yes.
collectives.
Yeah, other initiative collectives from
Mm.
Japan and Southeast Asia.
Mm.
So we will message you again in the next few days for this. But
Yeah.
thank you very much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank
Anytime.
you.
Thank you very much.
We
Bye,
learned a
Mark.
lot.
Bye-bye. And
Bye-bye.
Welcome.
Take
good luck on
care.
that, Soriano.
Good
Bye. I
luck.
gotta go back to class.
Thank you. Thank you, Pigkan.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, guys.